Bridgetown TV, please watch, like, subscribe. Get the clip out there, because you know, so we're trying to promote our club that we love, yeah? We're here tonight, our first pre-season friendly, and we welcome Scarborough Athletic down to Queensgate tonight. And you know something? We won't come away with a 2-2 draw. We've got Mike Thompson, new gaffer, sat next to me now. Tommy, your first game as gaffer. Analyse what you think you've seen here tonight. I'm smiling. What have you seen? What have you seen?
I'm happy. I think it's a cliche, isn't it? You know, we're looking for performances, not results, in pre-season. So, you know, we've not had an awful lot of time with the boys. We've only had 3.5 hours with them before this fixture. We was hoping it was going to be the Saturday and we'd have another training session tonight. But hey, I mean, we can't be anything but happy with that. You know, we're playing a Conference North team. They've got a lot of quality. You know, they had smatterings of first team players in the first half and the second half, and you know, you've just got to put yourself up against it. So from our point of view, we had a game plan. We've got a way we want the boys to play. We've asked them to be brave. We've asked them to play in that mantra of what we're trying to create for the season moving forward. And to a man, you know, they've executed what we're looking for. So I'm happy. I am going to sort of err on the side of caution. You know, we're looking at performance. Yeah, we're looking at performance. We're looking at individuals. We're looking at partnerships. You know, boys were playing in positions where we want them to play, and where we think we're going to get the best out of them. And we're seeing these little partnerships start to grow. So, yeah, really early stages, but what we've seen tonight, I can't be anything other than happy.
Last time we spoke, obviously, I know it feels like a long time ago to be honest, Mike, right? But last time we spoke, one thing I forgot to ask when I went home and I was thinking about it is your style of play as a gaffer, right? Obviously, I've seen a little bit of it tonight. How do you envisage your style of play to look on a pitch? What do we expect the Tomo philosophy to look like to the fans?
I mean, you can sound really stupid when you say stuff like this, but I mean, we want to play out. We want to be confident to play through the third. And we've set ourselves up, if we've got the personnel right, we're going to have a low block and we're going to play through that. So for me, the boys have executed that tonight. We've asked them to be brave, we've asked them not to worry about opposition and to trust what we believe they're capable of. If we didn't have the personnel to do that, well, the game plan would be different. But we believe we've got that, and the way we set up in that first half, we've also got electric pace. You know, so if we do things right and we find ourselves in a bit of trouble, with good quality, we can get ourselves out of trouble with
going the width.
Exactly that. And you know, Adi says it in there quite a bit about the width being your friend, and when you've got two speedsters as your outside midfielders, you know, it can get you out of a few holes. So I mean, I look at the first goal and it's exactly, that is what I would say the way we want to play. We came out from full back, 3 passes, we was on the edge of the area, superb delivery, and it just had to hit him, you know, to go. He was inside the 6-yard box, and that to me is an epitome of the way we want to go about it.
So it's like a sexy style of football. We're going to play out when we can. If we need to, we've got the width and the pace, but it's that quality delivery coming in as well to feed them strikers.
Absolutely.
It's quite a sexy style of football, Mike.
Hey, you know, we want to do things right. We want to play the game the way I believe it should be played. Don't get me wrong, you know, we'll get ourselves in circumstances and situations where we've got to be gritty and we've got to be dirty, and we've got the players to do that. Don't get me wrong, but we've got a lot of technical ability this year. We've got a lot of technical ability, and we've got boys that have got big enough personalities to be brave enough to be on the ball and to take things under pressure and to make things happen. And if we embed that in them enough, we're going to get the best out of them.
What I will say, Mike, obviously last time we spoke, it was a few weeks ago, and I loved the way that he was quite loyal actually. I'm not going to mention names until I know they're over the line. We now speak 3-4 weeks later where we've got players over the line, and I've actually got my notepad because tonight I saw Bridgetown. No, but I'll be honest with you, for the last 3-4 years, mate, I've known my squad, I've said one or two's come in. What you've done in the last week and a half is, wow, it looks totally different. So I've got my list here where Jack Griffin coming back. Obviously, was he with you at Bev then? Or?
Yeah, Griff's been with me for the last few years at Bev, and you'll see a different Jack Griffin compared to what was at Bridgetown historically when I played.
I remember.
You know, he's changed as a person. He's settled down a lot.
Is he still the clowny guy? Or?
He's a good guy for the dressing room, but he's serious when he needs to be serious. And I believe the way that I've done things, we've got the best out of him in the last few years, and he's gone away. He's looked after himself personally, and you can see the fitness levels that he's brought today. You will see a different Jack Griffin compared to what was a Britannia.
Because of what you've done in the last couple of years,
you know,
took him to that next level mentally and as a footballer.
Mentally, 100% mentally. He's always had the ability, but you know where he was in his own head historically, he's in a different place, and I've given him a lot of freedom in the last few years to express himself. And we know that the ability's there, and he's got that benchmark now that he knows I trust him. You know, and he'll be a big player for us this year, Jack.
One that I'm impressed is Stead, and I'm going to mention him as well, like in a bit like a new signing, because I thought, what we've seen, Matty Plumstead.
Yeah,
that's a nice little coup in it. He's been around, he's got a good game.
You know, it's the turnover of players has happened for a number of different reasons. You know, I'm a new gaffer. Players play for gaffers, you know, so if lads wanted to leave, I tried to keep a number of lads and they've decided to go elsewhere. That is what it is. You know, the players that have stayed and wanted to be loyal and give it a go and give something back, that to me is the first hurdle taken.
And we can say names, Norfolk, Hitch, Bullis, you know the names, Lewis, you know the ones where that badge is actually a meaningful thing to them. And I love where the returns came through. I could have bet a quid on them because you knew that there was going to be.
Well, you look at those names that you've just mentioned, and you think of Hitchy, you think of Andy Norfolk, you think of Ben Lewis. They're just shy of 750 games between them. You know, and the young lads, you know, they've still got time. They're in the prime of their careers, and they've wanted to stay at the club for all the right reasons. And for me, that's outstanding, because we will work them, we will drill them, we'll give them their opportunities. You know, you talk about Plum. I've known Plum forever, you know, absolutely forever. I've been around his family for a really long time, and he's another one. He's got monumental experience at this level and the level above, and we will drill him. You know, they'll play a style of football where they know what to expect. They know what to expect from me. And what we will give them on a Tuesday and a Thursday, we know we'll be able to get back on a Saturday, because we do it.
Well, to be honest, mate, I want their Saturday, right, which I'm going to want because it'd be nice to do this Saturday. If I had someone down there and they were saying to me the quality of the training, the hard work, the intensity of the training, there was none of this, let's take it lightly, welcome back. He was literally straight on it. An organised session, this is what we are doing.
Well, we have to be, because, you know, we've given them a bit of time off, you know. This game was meant to be on a Saturday. I'd have loved one more session in them before we played, but you know, it is what it is. So we only came back, you know, on Saturday, and we aren't wasting time. You know, we was never going to waste any time. Myself, AD, Ron, we've been having conversations for an awful long time about what the structure's going to look like. And for me, the training is paramount. You know, and I've said to these boys, they've been used to training on a Thursday. We will train religiously on a Tuesday and a Thursday. If we play on a Tuesday, obviously we go. Thursday kicks in, and we've booked in an amount of time that gives us enough time to do a bit of.
So it's not 1 hour training, it's 90, it's 120,
Yes. Well, we're down for 2 hours, you know, and we'll do a bit of analytical work. We'll work on talking about what we've done the previous week, and then we'll go into our
very
set.
Professional attitude you've got here, Mike. I've got to say that about you, man. Very professional attitude.
It's the way we want to do it. You know, if we're going to do it right, we're going to do it properly. And when I had my conversations with Pete, you know, it was, these are my non-negotiables, Pete. This is what we're going to do. And we were successful at Bev. Yeah, it was a lower level. The quality of play that we've got here, if they buy into this way of doing things, I'm telling you, we'll progress the club. So, you know, Pete's bought into that, and for me, that's a massive honour, because he trusts us. You know, so we've set out what the training regime looks like. The boys understand that now, and for those 2 sessions, it's only been 2 sessions, they know what we want to achieve. They know the style of play we want, and they also know how we can deviate from that if we need to.
But what I want to push you on is like, there's names here that I've never heard of, and I know your football directory, your black book as I call it, will be bigger than mine. But let's talk about, got the first goal tonight.
Yep.
It looked good. Ali, and forgive me if I get it wrong, man, I do apologise. You pronounce it for me, because I know what I'm shocking.
Adjemi.
What is it?
Adjemi.
I will get better at it as we go on, but he looked good out there today. Where you found him from then?
So Ali was at Grantham last year. He played a league above. Probably didn't get as much football as he wanted to get. I've known him and seen what he's been about, and he's a 19-year-old kid. You know, and this is something that you'll see as you get to know the players and you know what approach we're going for. we've got some unbelievable experience
Yeah.
in the names that we've already mentioned, and we've got lads that have got superb quality, technical and up here, that are 19, 20, 21, 22. You know,
We'll improve on this journey.
100%. You know, and Ali's one of those. Is I had a really good conversation with Ali about what we wanted to achieve this year and the game time that we could give him to improve himself, but improve us. And Ali's he'll be a fan's favourite because he wears his heart there, and he's an absolute workhorse. He's got unbelievable technical ability, and he's very quick. So when we talk about, you know, if we have to deviate from the way we play, he's our out. He's a massive out for us, and he's going to be a good player for us this year.
And obviously, like I said, my list is massive, mate, because you've got Sturt, you've got Webster, you've kept Rogerson. We could sit here, we could literally pick on every player and say, tell them what you're thinking there, because it's like you've created in the space like a week and a half, and you
it's not been a week and a half. This has been
for the fans.
Yeah, from the fans' perspective, you know, we've been working on this for a long time. We've been speaking to players for a long time. And if I'm going to give you one thing about the players that we've brought in, they have to fit. They have to fit in our mentality. So we're not going to bring players in that have got great quality but don't buy into what we want to achieve. You know, we've had a conversation with everybody. They understand my ways and wants of doing things. And if they buy into that, and we've seen that they bought in tonight,
that's 100% work effort, 100%
effort, commitment, desire. You know, we spoke about those before. They're my non-negotiables: effort, commitment, and desire. The quality gets you in the door. Those things will keep you here, and that's the conversations we've been having with lads. So you'll see a group that they're tight, they're close already. The little friendships and little relationships are starting to blossom, but they're here for the right reasons, and that's the main key.
Well, we go next Thursday, Ferriby. Ferriby. Interesting one after last season. You weren't here about last season, mate. That was an interesting one. I ain't going to talk about fanzines and stuff like that with Poch, that's all I'm saying. An interesting game, and I tell you something, they finished amazingly well last year.
Yeah, they did, and you know, throughout my journey with Bev, I was really close to Chris and Robbo. So it's one of those where, you know, it's another game. You know,
it's a good game though.
I don't want to downplay it. It's a good game. It's going to have bite. You know, it is what it is. And you know, there's some players that have moved and gone that way. But for us, it's another game.
You mentioned that. You bring that to me, Danielle. Yeah, that was a surprise one. That surprise.
Well, listen, I had a great conversation with Danny.
I like him. He's a nice lad.
Yeah, he's a good lad, and he wanted a change. You know, he wanted a change. And like I say, it is what it is. I ended things on a great keel with Danny, and from my perspective, you know, the door would have been open. So, listen, it's a game of football. It's our second in a line of 6.
Yeah.
We're working our way through the tempo to make sure that we hit the ground.
From that first game of the season, we're 100%. We're good to go.
Exactly.
We're dancing on the dance floor.
That's right.
You know, another one that I don't want to talk about players going back like Dixon, but you know what? We live today, and in Tomo we trust. And I tell you, for the early signs, it's a very good first game up there, mate.
This is it. We've got a way that we want to play football, and these snippets of it. Yeah, we've got to drill it, and we've got to make sure that it becomes habits. But you see it. The first goal was the epitome of what we're trying to achieve, and I think probably 20-25 minutes in the first half, we kept the ball unbelievably well. There's always going to be sort of changes in pre-season games. We bring 6 lads on at once, and it changes the dynamic a little bit.
I stopped calling on the night. I didn't know where I was at. I'm just going to stop calling.
You know, and it changes where you're at in the game. We was coming in at half time, in my opinion, on top of the game, and you don't really want to make those changes. But you know, we outlined before we went out that we were going to do that at half time, and it is what it is. So yes, you'll start to see those little snippets of partnerships and the way that we play, and the boys working through those gears. But passing the ball out from the back into midfield, the small bops and going out wide, that you'll see.
You've got styles too.
Yeah.
I will say that I used to ask this all the time. Like in this next 7 days, 10 days, do we expect to see more players coming in, or is this the squad that we've got on there?
The squad that we've got in there, we're obviously missing. We're missing Ben Lewis today, who's been at a family wedding. We've got 3 or 4 lads that I've not included.
2 trialists as well.
2 trialists today. So yeah, there's potentially going to be more. The crux of what we've got, I'm happy with. Those trialists, if we can get them hammered down, I would be over the moon. and potentially, still having conversations. It's a strange part
Is
of
it
the
a bad
season.
thing when you go home and you miss like you're on the phone again? Are you living on your phone?
Yeah, well, you've
Is
got
that-
to,
is that what it's
and
like
it's a strange time of the season because clubs are getting their squads together. Lads thought that they were going to be in a picture, and then they're out of a picture, and the phone calls start coming in the other way. And for me, Kev, the big thing, like I've said already, is that the fit's got to be right.
Yeah.
So I don't want a phone call from somebody who weren't willing to be here 3 weeks ago and have found out that they're not going to be involved in the club that they're at, and let's give Brid a go. That's not where we're at this year. I'm going to fill this squad with boys that buy in. Boys that buy in, and boys that have got the right attitudes for the reasons that they want to be here. And we'll be successful with that, I'm telling you.
Do you know so
we'll push it forward.
I'm looking forward to the journey you're going to take us on, because I do think it's going to be a bloody interesting journey, and the way you're approaching it, like I said, I've been talking about the professionalism on the training field, so obviously the jury's out, but I'm looking forward to the journey you're going to take us on, Tomo. Ferriby next week?
Ferriby next week.
Right, let's see what happens. Tomo, thank you for coming straight after the game to talk to us.
Yep.
2-2 draw tonight, Scarborough. Bloody good result. Please watch, like, subscribe, share and all that, but hey, Tomo, cheers for coming in.
Yeah.
Down there.
Cheers, Paul.
We'll see you next Thursday. Take care, everyone. Keep safe.